We need more Sony remakes. And when I say remakes, let me just clarify what I mean. I don't mean Sly Cooper. I don't mean Jack and Dexter. I mean remakes of games like God of War, Uncharted. Okay, here's why. I'm replaying Ragnarok right now. God of War Ragnarok, the game that should have won Game of the Year over Elden Ring. Yes, I know, I'm that crazy guy. I know. But here's the thing. God of War Ragnarok is a PS4 game. It is a PS4 game. It is not a PS5 game. I know it came out on the PS5, but it also came out on the PS4. And when you actually go back and play the game, you will see that it is clearly a PS4 game. Maybe PS4 enhanced at best, but it is not a PS5 game. So, but you're thinking, well, that doesn't mean we need a remake of it. No, actually, we do need a remake of it. We need a remake of God of War Ragnarok, as well as God of War 2018, as well as other Sony games like Uncharted. We need remakes of those games. Why? Because they're classics. And really, this is the thing. Sony Studios makes classic games. That's what they do. They don't make games that just disappear. They make games that you're going to think about and remember for the next 10 to 20 years. That's why we need a remake. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are going to make the arguments that we just need new IPs and we don't need remakes anymore. But let me remind you that we still read the Odyssey, almost Odyssey. As a matter of fact, Christopher Nolan's next movie will be an adaptation of the Odyssey. That would be the second adaptation in the last, I don't know when, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I don't know when that was made, but that was also a adaptation of the Odyssey. Point there being, classic stories continue to get adaptations and they continue to be refreshed because they're classics. Some stories are just not meant to disappear. There's a reason why Romeo and Juliet is still read in schools, because it's a classic. God of War 2018 and Ragnarok are classics. Simply put, they are nothing less than classics. That's the reason why we need to remake them. Because games like that should not be allowed to just disappear into the ether, or they are not allowed to not look their best. Because the truth is this, we're never gonna get another God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. Even if there's another God of War story coming, it's not going to be 2018 or Ragnarok. Those are just pure classics. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Yes, we need a remake of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Why? Because Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 are just pure classics. That's just what they are. So we need to keep remaking and refreshing, because remaking and refreshing these games actually get easier as time passes. And this is the reason why Sony is doing remakes now, because to do a remake of an older game is just much easier. And as time passes, we need to ensure that these games continue to exist and be refreshed. Because at the end of the day, God of War Ragnarok, Uncharted, what other games would there be? There are plenty of other games that I can put in this from Sony, but they're just great stories. That's the point. They're great stories. There's no reason why you, the gamer, doesn't want more great stories to be remade so that you can continue to enjoy it. I have a son now, and he's not gonna be playing God of War anytime soon. But when the time comes, I actually want him to enjoy the story of God of War, because it's a great story about a father and son. So, do we need or want new IPs? Yes, we do. But I'm sorry, I'm not letting go of the classics, because like I said, God of War looks like a PS4 game. Seriously, go turn it on right now, and you will see that God of War needs a remake, because it's a PS4 game. And we're not even talking about 2018. I'm not even gonna try and turn that back on, because yikes, that's gonna be too much for my eyes. My eyes might just explode out of my head, because it just looks so bad. When you look at God of War Ragnarok, look at it, not play it. When you look at it, you can clearly see all the places where a remake is needed, right? And this is the reason why Horizon Zero Dawn has been remade and remastered and then enhanced. And that game now looks incredible. I'm replaying that game right now. So as a matter of fact, this is an invitation to anyone who wants to follow me on Twitch. 2025, I'm going to replay a lot of the Sony games, right? We're talking Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, I want a remake of that too. Maybe not a remake of that. I think we have an enhanced version of that, and that one's good. Maybe not a remake of that. God of War, Ragnarok, I'm playing through that right now. The Last of Us 1 and 2, we already got remakes for those. We're good. But Ragnarok, man, we need a remake for Ragnarok. We really do. This is one of the greatest stories ever told, including one of the greatest combats I've ever seen in any gaming, period. And if you haven't played Ragnarok since the game came out, go back and play it, particularly on New Game Plus. Just go straight to New Game Plus so you can just jump head first into one of the greatest combats ever thought about. By comparison, Elden Ring, right? By comparison, Elden Ring. And Elden Ring won the game of the year Ragnarok was there. I thought the winner was Ragnarok, but Elden Ring won it. Cool. Elden Ring is a great game, so Elden Ring did deserve that. I'll give it to it. But when it comes to combat, I'm telling you, man, Ragnarok is something special. I mean, this game's combat is just so good. That combined with what has to be one of the greatest stories ever made in gaming, please, we need a remake of this. But here's the thing. There's some good news here. Because Herman Host, the PlayStation guy, he actually released a report recently that Sony is going to look back into their old catalogs and see what they can do with that. Now, is he talking about Ragnarok? Probably not. He's probably talking about something much, much older, like much older games, right? But we do need to recognize that Sony has been really good at remaking their games. So yes, I do think a 2018 remake is in the works, or at least if it's not, for the love of God, please put it in the works right now. Because I actually want a Ragnarok remake to come out before the PS6 comes out. Not Ragnarok. I want a 2018 remake on the PS5. And then I want a Ragnarok remake on the PS5/PS6, right? Because based on the reports that we're getting, it seems like the PS6 might be coming out in 4 years, guys. Like legit. Based on what, what's his name? Matthew Kern, whatever, the PlayStation guy. Based on what he said, I wonder if the PS6 is only like 4 years away. Because there's a rumor right now that Xbox is trying to push forward their next console to come out before the PS6 does. PlayStation is already in the works with AMD. So there's a very good chance that the PS6 might be coming out in the next 4 years. Like, by 2028, we might get the PS4, or maybe 2029. We thought it would be 2030, right? But if Xbox wants to release their next console in 2028, which we think they do, then I think PlayStation probably wants to release their console not long after. So yes, the PS6 might only be 3 years away. Might only be 3 years away, right? And before that happens, I need a remake of 2018 God of War. I need a remake of Uncharted 1 and 2, right? I need a remake of those. But let me know if you agree. What games do you think Sony needs to remake? And please don't tell me no more remakes. That is just not a smart argument. Classics are called classics for a reason. Nobody asked anybody to dump Romeo and Juliet for new IPs. Let's not read the Odyssey because of new IPs. Plato, Aristotle, no, we need new IPs. Nobody says that. And we don't say that in gaming. If you say that in gaming, stop it. Don't say that in gaming. Classics exist. And if it's a classic, we want people to keep enjoying the classics. So yes, God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok are classics. Uncharted are classics. I have not played through Uncharted. I haven't. Because by the time I got to Uncharted, it was too old. It just looked too bad. So give me Uncharted 1 remake and I will hop in day one and I'll be right there. My eyes just boom, glued to it, just ready for the battle. You know what I mean? So, Sony, I want more remakes. Let me know what you guys think. If you disagree, sure, put it in the comments. We'll talk about it. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I say we need to keep classics alive.